Hey there, everyone, and welcome to Pokemon Go Tour Johto event. And well, what better Johto Pokemon to start this event with than arguably the most iconic Wobbuffet, famous, not necessarily for all the best reasons, really. In game, it's probably everyone's least favorite Pokemon, and the Pokemon they least want to come across. It's known as the Nuzlocke Nightmare, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe some people should actually come up with a proper name for it, but yeah, it's like if you're playing a Nuzlocke, at which case you cannot afford to have your Pokemon faint, because then they, you have to consider them as dead, and you can't use them anymore. Yeah. Do not fight a Wobbuffet. Or rather, do not encounter a Wobbuffet, because it has the ability Shadow Tag, which means you cannot escape it. And it only knows 2 moves, for the most part. Just 2 moves. Counter and Mirror Coat, which takes whatever the impact of the attack you just used at it, and it throws it right back at you at twice the strength. So yeah, it's more or less probably gonna kill you, and yeah, you better hope you one-shot it. Oh, and just to sweeten the deal a little bit, it also can learn Destiny Bond, which if it dies, you die. So good luck with that. But in the anime, it's pretty popular. It's the Pokemon that had the 3rd highest number of appearances on the anime. Second, of course, to Meow from Team Rocket and Ash's Pikachu. But now that we've dealt with all of that, let's talk a little bit about Pokemon Go Tour Johto. You may have noticed that there's a bunch of confetti falling from the sky. Not the real sky, obviously. As a matter of fact, from the way the clouds look, kind of feels more like it's about to rain any second now. In that case, I will probably have to find shelter and go back to the safety of my own apartment, because I would not want rain dropping down on my phone and camera. But yeah, there's confetti falling from the sky in the game. Yes, that's what I was going for. In the in-game overworld of Pokemon Go, there's confetti falling down, and you may have also noticed that it's very specific confetti. It's specifically colored gold and silver, the names of the 2 games that introduced the Johto region originally, as well as, I would say, their remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So yeah, gold and silver are major parts of the Johto region. Obviously, they're the main primary colors of the box art legendaries, Lugia and Ho-Oh. I'll let you guess which one is which, but yeah. So today is entirely dedicated for the celebration of the Johto region, and more specifically Pokemon Gold and Silver. And can I just say that they could not have picked a worse day to do that, because the weather is very, very gloomy, and you may hear a lot of people going out in the streets. There really isn't that many people out in the streets on a weekend. And what's more to the point, you're not going to find many people going out in the streets to play Pokemon Go at this time. Probably people who do play Pokemon Go are most likely locked away in their homes, away from this madness. I'm the only one crazy enough to go outside at this weather. But be that as it may, we have some stuff to talk about. In particular, this event. So let's see what the professor has to say to us before we move forward. Hello, are you ready? Your very own Pokemon story is about to unfold. This adventure may be brand new to some, while for others, it might be very familiar. For those of you who played the Pokemon Go Tour Kanto event. That's right, today we're learning all about the Johto region and meeting some Pokemon originally discovered there too. Well, is it fair to say that those Pokemon were originally discovered there if half of the Johto Pokédex are just Pokemon from Kanto that just got new evolutions or pre-evolutions there? On that note, is Pikachu originally a Kanto Pokemon? Or is it originally a Johto Pokemon since Pikachu was introduced in the Johto region? I don't know, it's confusing. The Johto region is a land steeped in history and tradition. Yes, that's kind of the whole point. It's the more traditional and historical region of the Pokemon world, based on one of the 4 regions from Japan that were made into regions into Pokemon world. Where the bygone beauty of Ecruteak City lies just steps away from the modern metropolis of Goldenrod City. I wouldn't say steps away, but I mean, they're relatively close to... Actually, no, they're one of the furthest cities from each other. Never mind. It's also the region where Dark and Steel-type Pokemon were first discovered. That is true. Even though Magnemite and Magneton are Steel-types from Kanto, but they weren't Steel-types. Like I said, it gets confusing. Not to mention Mr. Pokemon and the mysterious Mystery Egg, which ends up being a Togepi if you play the games. Speaking of Pokemon originally discovered in the Johto region, I've heard tell that Celebi, the time travel Pokemon, has been seen nearby. Celebi has the ability to move through time. I still can't... I mean, I caught 2 of them already. Shouldn't you already know that? I still can't shake the feeling that Celebi had something to do with Hisuian Voltorb appearing in our time. I mean, that's it. That's an interesting way to explain that. Maybe that's how... Maybe they're gonna do some event involving Celebi and Dialga, explaining why other Hisuian Pokemon are now suddenly appearing in Pokemon Go, or will appear, I should say. In any case, rumor has it that this Celebi knows a special move. I hope we'll get a chance to see if that's true. While you enjoy today's festivities, keep vigilant for any signs of Team Go Rocket. I know I haven't forgotten about that. Hopefully we can get some insight into what they've been up to since they smashed open that mysterious door, which I'm still holding out hope contains Arceus behind it. But nothing happened yet. So you just focus on having fun with your friends and your Pokemon. Sadly, as I mentioned, the weather is not doing so well. That's why most people are staying at home. But I suppose I can at least complete this mission. But there are also these timed research missions, which sadly I won't be able to complete all of them. But I will try to at least complete as many as I can. So let's see. This one is easily doable. Power Pokemon 3 times, evolve 3 Pokemon, use 1 charge TM. Easy. This is the difficult one. Take a snapshot of Raikou, Entei, and Suicune in the wild, which means I can't use any of the ones that I have, which means I'm going to have to wait, are you saying that you can actually see them in the wild, not through raids? I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so these are the Pokemon you can find for instance. I guess I can complete this challenge. Yeah, the Pokemon from New Barktown. I mean, it was a couple of hours ago. I already missed that. Same thing goes for Violet City, National Park. Okay, we almost completed the Goldenrod one. Mount Silver. And just Johto Pokemon. Why is Gyarados there? Shouldn't it be a shiny Gyarados because of the Gyarados from Lake Rage? I mean, that's the only Kanto Pokemon in this list. But yeah, these are Pokemon that can be found in raids, 2 of which are the only Pokemon from Johto region, from the Johto region that I don't have in my Pokedex. Not gonna acquire all of them. Yeah, need to trade these. Not sure why, none of these are trade evolutions. And, well, evolve pretty much any Pokemon that can evolve in the Johto region. Thankfully, none of these actually need a evolution stone. But yeah, this event is actually very close to being over. Well, I say very close. I mean, it's 10 hours. If I remember correctly, the Go Kanto Tour event, whatever the hell it's called, the one for the Kanto region, it lasted for 2 days, if I remember correctly. And of course, I could be misremembering it, which is entirely possible, but, like, I don't know. Just, it's a 12-hour event from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. all through today. Still not quite not sure why, though. But, if anything, first of all, that's a... Oops. No! There we go. Let's fight some Tingle Rockets in a balloon while we're at it. This might be a way for us to acquire Mareep. Pokemon we kind of need to evolve. I doubt we'll be able to find enough Mareeps today to evolve them all the way to an Ampharos, but... No, they're still sticking with the Voltorb for whatever reason. No idea why. Whoa. Oh wow, they make them super weak. I'm just now noticing it. Like, I can just two-shot all of them. And, my worst fears are starting to come alive. There's a bit of a trickle. Of rain. To the best of my memories, there isn't really an area in Johto where it's just raining all the time. It's sad, really. This rain could have actually come in handy for the story missions, but either way, it is raining, so gonna have to find shelter. Well, it's not raining per se. It's a drizzle. It's trickly. What is with this Voltorb? Thank you. Why does it keep moving? There we go. Caught it. Easily catchable. It's just annoying. Annoyingly moving. Alright. The Chansey is not a Johto Pokemon, but it does evolve into one. It evolves into Blissey. Oh, this trickle is really annoying. It's like someone's spraying little droplets of water in my face. But anyways, yeah, so we still need to evolve a Pokemon into a one of the Pokemon on the list. I'm guessing Blissey is one of them. So it's a good thing we caught that Chansey. We have enough candy to evolve it before long. Let's battle this female Heracross. And you can tell it's a female because the horn is shaped. It's heart shaped. Now, here's where I'm in a bit of a pickle. Heracross, as we probably should know, is well, it's 4 times. Let's put Charizard there, I guess. 4 times weak to flying. Unfortunately, I do not have many Pokemon who are Well, I have plenty of flying type Pokemon, just none of them have flying type moves. Strong flying type moves, I should say. Strong enough to take down a Heracross. Which I guess that's why I got this rather lousy collection of Pokemon on the offensive. Let's go with a Salamence because it has Fire Fang. What else? No, that's not what I was going for. 30 seconds, come on. Yeah, well, Heatran also has Flamethrower. Don't really have a lot of good Pokemon to go against this Heracross, but I suppose I'll have to do my best. Wait, hold on, where's my Victini? Maybe I should consider putting Victini there. I mean, it's not weak to Bug because the Psychic type kind of balances up with the Fighting type, the Fire type. Oh, I went through all that for nothing. At the end of the day, it ended up placing exactly the lineup that I had at the beginning. Either way, well, at least this Sigilith has a flying type fast attack. At least that. Okay, now on to Victini. Victini should at least do some damage with V-Create. There you go, see? V-Create actually does a bit of damage. Okay, now... Victini's actually holding pretty well. Until now. Okay, now it's up for It's up to Mewtwo. It's a Mewtwo with Sidestrike. Oh wow, Sidestrike does a lot. I love Sidestrike. It's a shame it's weak to Bug though. You could have done some real damage with Mewtwo. But, I mean, you already weakened it enough. And it just used a Mega Horn, which means it's not going to have one for quite some time. And now we can pull off a double Sky attack. And maybe, at the end of the day, maybe the lineup I was given by the game automatic system wasn't all that bad. And now for the shiny Charizard to finish it off. Okay, so I did win, and I needed a Heracross for the collections challenge anyway, so nailed that. Ooh, 8 rare candies! Sweet! Maybe there's an increase in the stuff you can get from raids now, in particular the rare candy. And it's not shiny. Okay, never mind. But at least it's a Heracross. The Heracrosses do not have the best catch rate, so you might actually be here a while, but if we do manage to catch it, at least it's going to... Oh no, actually it went down pretty easily. Nice. Okay, 5 more Pokemon for the major... Whoa. Okay, I guess Snubble is necessary. Now, this Ho-Oh just hatched from a legendary egg. Which means it's now a legendary raid. There we go. One collections challenge is complete now. Now, can we actually fight this Ho-Oh? Okay, it's 50,000. I am definitely not doing that on my own. Whereas I'm going to have to wait for someone to challenge it. Now, for those of you who may remember, I still need to catch a couple of legendary Pokémon. In order to level up to level 40. Well, 43 I should say. Well, actually, I only need to catch one more legendary. Yeah, I forgot to mention this, but a few days ago, there was a raid hour spotlight, and I happened to come across this Deoxys. Like 4 people were just challenging it at the same time, and I saw that, and I immediately jumped in. So yeah, I have a Deoxys now, which is a Pokemon I didn't have before, which is great for me. There we go, there's the medal for the collections challenge thing. Should probably still hang around here and see if anyone wants to challenge this Ho-Oh, even though it's been a while since the event itself started. I doubt people would want to challenge a Ho-Oh now. But let's claim this reward. Okay, whoa, okay, I found a shiny Miltank. Whoa! I wasn't expecting that. Is it shiny because I completed the challenge, or was it just regular shiny odds? Oh wow. Okay, well, at least even if I don't catch any legendaries today, at least I caught a shiny, and that's gonna be something. Believe it or not, I actually have a legitimate shiny Miltank that I caught in Sword. With the regular method, or should I say the annoying method, of wandering around the grass and trying to find one. Did I catch an Apom? I mean, I know I tried to catch one earlier in this episode. Don't remember if I caught it or not, or if it ran away from me. I mean, one thing's for sure, I probably should start using Ultra Balls from now on. Especially on these pesky, annoying to catch Pokemon like Apom. And I say annoying to catch, not hard to catch, because it's an Apom. It shouldn't be difficult to catch. And yet it is, which is why it's annoying to catch, as opposed to being hard to catch. Well, there we go. Suppose I just need 2 more Pokemon for, Oh, I didn't even notice it. Okay, a Rufflet. A Pokemon from Unova. No idea why it's here, but hey, it's a Pokemon I just hatched, so no point arguing that fact. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of raids happening in the area. Let's try checking one of those legendary ones and see if anyone's trying their luck. If we find a legendary raid with some people in it, I mean, we might want to consider hopping on into one. I mean, I would reckon I'd have more luck with the Ho-Oh ones, because unlike Lugia, Ho-Oh is actually a Pokemon with a 4 times weakness to rock. So, by all accounts, it should probably be easier to fight a Ho-Oh than it is to fight a Lugia, especially since, well, because of Lugia's unique typing of flying and psychic. And I'm not gonna get into the argument over whether or not it should be flying psychic or flying water or water psychic or whatever. Because of Lugia's unique typing, it actually loses one of its weaknesses. which is Bug. Not to say that Bug was ever really considered a major threat to begin with, as we just saw with the Heracross, but still, you know, one less weakness is one less weakness. The trickle still hasn't stopped, and it's getting kind of annoying. Like, it's not proper rain, it's not really making me want to go back inside and shelter from the storm or whatever, but it's just annoying. It's these little droplets of water on my face and my hands. Yeah, it's kind of like there's a little bit of a sprinkler system in the sky, and you can just get to feel some of the few tiny droplets of water trickling down on your face. Anyways, I suppose I should gonna move on with this mission. Now see, this mission, what I like about this is that it's not a timed mission, and therefore I'm not on a limit or a deadline to complete it before it goes away, like most of the missions in this Johto event. It means I can complete this mission whenever I want. But right now, it seems as though it's quite literally the only mission I can complete. And well, with this being a special research mission, I really wouldn't be surprised at all if again, what's with the electric type? I'm guessing she's gonna have another Voltorb, right? Oh, there we go. What's up with that? Anyways, oh, at least these ones are actually properly leveled. That's something, I suppose. But yeah, the special research mission one is probably the only one I'm likely to finish. And more to the point, it's the one more likely to actually have a legendary Pokemon at the end of it, namely Celebi. And well, if I can't sneak my way into another legendary raid like I did a couple of days ago with the Deoxys, at least I can catch another Celebi, which will technically be my third thus far. But well, a legendary is a legendary, and I only need one more to advance up to meow. Meow. This cat is having a meowing contest with me. Meow. Yeah, see, I scared it off. And look, there's another cat. Oh, I guess cats are just uniquely afraid of cameras. Here's another chance. Another chance. No pun intended. Another chance of evolving one into a Blissey, which we do need to evolve some Pokemon for one of the missions, so might as well get started on that. And earlier this morning when I looked at the list of missions that this day has in store for us, I've pretty much accepted that I won't be able to complete all of them, every single one, but no, actually, you know what, I've got way too many of these anyway, so I only need to use one for the mission. I've got plenty of charged DMs. It's not considered a waste. Let's catch some more of these Marrows, because we're going to have to evolve one into an Azumarill anyway. But I already accepted that I won't be able to complete every single one of those missions. I'm just going to have to live with that. Same thing as I did for the Kanto tour event. But like I said, I'm going to try my best to to complete as many of those missions as I possibly can. I need to spend some Pokestops in order to get my hands on some more eggs pretty soon. But for right now, what I'm really focusing on is the other mission. Come on. Now I'm planning to go somewhere where I can think of finding lots and lots of raids, and more to the point, lots and lots of people participating in them. And what I'm hoping to find is people to actually raid with. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's unusual. It's an unknown that just ran away from me. What the hell? A wild unknown just spawned from an incense. Hold on. Yep, just as I feared. No one's challenging this Lugia still. Let's wait and see if another Pokemon shows up from the incense. And since not, let's check up on the progress we made here. So I just need to send a gift to a friend before we can move on. Okay, now I'm not doing the power up 3 Pokemon and evolve 3 Pokemon thing yet, because there might be a mission on this side for those. Okay. Remoraid, not a very interesting Pokemon, but it does, well, it is if you consider its lore and inspirations, but it's not particularly a very good Pokemon, but it is a Johto Pokemon that I'm going to need to evolve into an Octillery at some point, so might as well catch it now. Skarmory, okay. Skarmory is worthwhile catching because it's part of the collections challenge for the incense thing. Really need to learn to stop trusting regular Pokeballs. Okay, the trickle is really getting on my nerves now, and what's more to the point, I think it might actually be getting stronger. It's starting to actually paint the floor with water. Which means we might actually have to cut this edition of today's episode a little shorter than I would have expected. Mainly because I don't want to get too wet in the rain. Let's send one gift to a friend. Of course, this guy already has the Ho-Oh wings. And let's move on and see what the next stage of this mission is, as we try to get ourselves to the other side and maybe take some sort of shelter from this trickle. Let's see, where do we proceed? Do we keep on going forward, or do we just go back and consider this whole event day a bit of a bust? You know what your favorite adventure, you know what your adventure needs? A new buddy. I spoke with a colleague and was able to orchestrate a little surprise for you. These Pokemon are the first partner Pokemon offered to trainers in the Johto region. Go pick one. The thing is, I don't really have a favorite final evolved starter from Johto, but The base stage forms are all okay. I like most of them. And, well, I'm picking Totodile. Because it was my first Pokemon that for the first time I ever played a Johto game. And I happen to really like Feraligatr as a result. So I'm going with Totodile. I think that's a great Pokemon too. Totodile, the big jaw Pokemon, is small but rough and tough. It won't hesitate to take a bite out of anything that moves. Though what's the harm in one quick pet? I'm sure this little one is eager to spend some time with you. And what better way than letting it join you on your Johto-inspired journey? Okay, so we're probably going to catch a Totodile now. There it is. One thing is, I already have a shiny one, or rather, shiny Feraligatr that evolved from my Totodile naturally. Oh, and now it's okay. This is pretty big. Hold on, I gotta take a break for a second. Houndour, a Johto Pokemon, and there's a swine up here also. Just gotta find a way to keep the phone far from the rain. Oh, and you know what? I just noticed something. It is now past 1 in the afternoon. So every hour, I believe every hour, there's they change the collections challenge, and therefore the Pokemon that you can find in the wild also change with it to fit the thing. So now we just got 3 more Pokemon from another collections challenge, namely Houndour, Swinub, and now Phanpy. Yes, it's Phanpy, not Phanpy. Just thought you ought to know. Ooh! A Larvitar! Great! I need one. I really need one. For candy purposes, obviously. That's why I just used a pineapple berry to catch it. And it's also part of the Mount Silver challenge. Wait, is that the challenge we're on right now? Ooh, a Seadra. That was unexpected. But, oh, probably should have used the pineapple berry on it. Yeah, you're going to need a lot of candy to evolve this. As well as a dragon scale, which I believe I have. And it's weather boosted because of the rain. I guess now finally the game decided to acknowledge this little trickle. But for the time being, I believe it subsided a little bit, which is good. I don't want to keep walking on here. Oh, there it goes. It's back. Spoke too soon. But there we go. We caught it with the pineapple berry, which means, yep, we just got a bunch of candy. Still not enough to evolve it, so might actually just have to abandon the prospect of maybe evolving a Seadra into a Kingdra today. And now he's saying the exact same thing all over again. Whoa! 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 Are you saying this? Are you seeing this? It's a wild Tyranitar. What? What? Where did that came from? And it's really high CP also. It's not like one of those random fully evolved pseudo-legendaries that just have low CP for whatever reason. Oh wow! What the hell? Is it any good? It's trashed. I guess that's why it's out here in the wild, and that's why I caught it so easily. But who cares? A Tyranitar is a Tyranitar. Okay, Misdrevious. It's a Pokemon I haven't caught, I think, so, well, yet, for the mission, that is. Wow. Wow. So, even if I don't complete all the missions in the 2 Johto event today, at least I have those 2 moments of just finding the shiny. Okay, it's a poison type specialist. Hope it might be a different one this time. But at least I caught a wild Tyranitar and the shiny Miltank. A Zubat. I might need a Zubat actually, because I'm going to need to evolve one into a Golbat. Sorry, a Crobat. And the thing is, I already found a wild Golbat earlier today off camera, so I'm not going to need to spend 25 candy evolving a Zubat into a Golbat. I can just evolve that Golbat that I found earlier into a Golbat, specifically for the mission. Now, again, I don't anticipate being able to complete the evolve every single Johto Pokemon challenge mission, just because some of them are very sparse and some of them really require certain things in order to evolve them, and just, you know, you need a lot of candy to evolve them, and in order for that you have to catch them, and like I said, they are very sparse. So, like I said, I'm going to try my best to evolve as many of those Pokemon as I can find. I'm almost there. I'm almost at the place I normally go to on community days, which I guess this technically could count as one. And might be considered a good idea to go here. Maybe we can find some Okay, let's start with this Sneasel, because it's a Johto Pokemon that its evolved form is a Sinnoh Pokemon, which means we won't have to evolve this Sneasel for the evolution mission. And it's a different species of Pokemon, so I guess that also. And we lost the Seadra that was there a second ago. That's unfortunate, but well, at least these Swinubs are still here. Maybe we can evolve one into a Mamoswine, into a Piloswine, I should say. Yeah, we can. Okay, Fanpy. Gotta evolve one into a Donphan. And well, I suppose it also goes into the whole evolve 3 Pokemon for the mission thing. So, kind of working on killing two stones with one bird, as they say. Let's see if I need to over-focus on Houndowers now, to evolve on into a Houndoom. Yeah, I need at least one. Ooh, a Ladybug. That's a Pokemon for the Collections Challenge. Okay. I never thought I'd actually start using a Ultra Ball on a Ladybug, but I don't know, it was an instant. Maybe I should start using Ultra Balls all the time, really, but I just wish there was a default option to just send all the Ultra Balls to the front, so you're always using them first, before you're using any other Pokeball. Okay, no need for a pineapple berry here. I just need to catch it, which goes back into my previous point. Maybe I should have just switched to an Ultra Ball right away. There we go. Now, just a quick evolving session. Just need to evolve 3 Pokemon. And power up 3. Or rather, power up 1 Pokemon 3 times. That also works. Nope, it's another Houndour. Not very useful to me. Okay, we're almost at the place. And thankfully, the trickle thing seems to have subsided fully for the time being. There we go. That's 3 Pokemon evolved already. Now, if we're going to power up a Pokemon, might as well power up a Pokemon I actually intend on keeping. Like one of my A-listers. I think I know exactly which one. This Delphox. I was considering doing it yesterday. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Wasted a bunch of Stardust, which might come back to bite us on the butt later, but we still have enough that we can maybe use it for a mission later. Wait, do we have to evolve that very same Totodile I just caught? Or just any Totodile? Best not mess with that too much. Better just evolve that Totodile, because I can't even imagine I will be finding lots of Totodiles in the wild now. There we go, Lucky Egg, Stardust, XP, defeat, Go Gym Trainer Flying. So I just need to find to begin battling, you'll need to find your opponents. You can find Go Gym Trainers and Pokestops. Those are different Pokestops develop. Well, I haven't been able to find any so far, so maybe there's a bit of a glitch. But in any case, where is Totodile? Totodile Dundee, which is, by the way, that's how I named my first Totodile in when I played Pokemon Crystal for the first time. I named it Dundee, which eventually ended up evolving into a Feraligatr Dundee. Another Larvitar. Gotta catch plenty of those because we've got very good candy potential. There we go. Great throw. Probably didn't even need a silver pineapple berry. Just a regular pineapple berry would have done. And there we go. Now here is a Kingdra. There's another Larvitar there. I just hope it's not one of those fake ones that just glitch of the phone. Nope, it's a real one. It's great. Another real non-fake Larvitar that I can catch. And there we go. Caught that one. Ooh! Lots and lots of candies. And 2 Onyxes as well. This is great. This event. I love the doubling down of candies. No! go. Silver pineapple berry. Might be more to its liking. There we go. Caught it. Easy schmeezy. Okay, 23. Now these two onyxes right here. Suppose I can. Oops. Suppose I can take a shot at catching them. Because I still need to evolve one of them into a Steelix. I don't think I specifically need to catch both of them. One might be just enough. Especially since I already caught an onyx today. Oh, it's another Larvitar, I'm sorry. Gotta do it. Gotta go for the Larvitar. Actually, come to think of it, I have more than 100 candy already, so I don't need to use pineapple berries anymore. And I guess because it's a pseudo-legendary, it's worth more candy now. There's another Larvitar. What is with all these things? I suppose it's a good way to stockpile Excel candy for my Tyranitar, which is already my strongest Pokemon, not including my Slacking, which, you know, it's a Slacking, it doesn't really do much, so it's just there. So you can have something to put in gyms and such. So let's just catch this other Larvitar. No reason to catch the Houndour that's standing right there anymore because I already evolved one. Okay. So let's just evolve this Larvitar now. And I'm not gonna evolve this Pupitar because I think I already have another one that I won that I got as a reward for completing a mission. Probably gonna use that one. Okay, it's a Fanpy. And it is a Larvitar. Oh, it was facing the wrong way. Suppose. Yeah. So now Excel candy is the only reason to catch Larvitars and Swinubs now. For my Mamoswine and my Tyranitar. The good ones that I have. Slugma. Another Johto Pokemon. Let's catch it so we can evolve it later. I don't even need like 50 candy to evolve. Nothing too special. Oh, and we completed another collections challenge. So that's great. Ooh, would you look at that? I guess we found one. A Go Gym trainer, whatever. Hold on, gotta take a break. I need to sit down for a little bit. There we go. That's for the Mount Silver mission. A Steelix, sweet. Okay. How long have we been doing this? Whoa! It's been an hour. This is gonna be the longest episode I've ever done. I've done with this camera, surely, but it's gonna be the longest one I did in quite some time. Well, I was aiming for the King Drill Larvitar, sorry. There we go. Seadra. Why do I keep saying Kingdra. What's wrong with me? I evolved it. Sorry, caught it. Or is the help I did? I don't know. Excellent throw with a silver pineapple berry and an ultra ball. It's kind of a given at this point, isn't it? Okay, just need 7 more candies, which means, I guess one more regular Seadra with no need for for a pineapple berry. There it is, the flying type gym leader. I would have figured. Problem is, I gotta change up my my roster first. So let's just go with, obviously, Rhyperior and Dialga, for obvious reasons, and Magnezone. I just hope it's not one of those annoyingly strong ones. But I don't want them to be the ridiculously weak ones. Okay, Hoppip could be a bit of a problem for Rhyperior, but at the same time, you gotta remember, it's a Hoppip. We basically discussed why it's one of the worst Johto Pokemon ever in the community day. Oh boy, he's got a Gligar. Gligar is flying ground type. Means it's neutral to rock and immune to electric, which is really problematic for me. See, he's using relatively weaker Pokemon, but with relatively higher CP than they should have, and their typing is just the perfect counterbalance to my team. Let's just hope at least this one's gonna be easier. Okay, Crobat, which is shiny. What the hell? What? What? This guy has a shiny Crobat. What is going on here? Why does he have a shiny? What? I didn't even know that was possible. What's next? Team Go Rocket's gonna have shinies now? Well, I guess it fits his clothes. Yeah, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense why it's shiny. Because Crobat's shiny is mainly pinkish. But damn! That was unexpected. Okay, here's another Seadra. No need for pineapple berries. Just need to catch it. That's all. Could you believe that? What are the chances? Okay. Now let's just evolve this one. Save ourselves the trouble. Oh. Wait a minute. I think I know where this is going. With the gym challengers. It's going in order, so that was essentially a stand-in for Faulkner. Faulkner is from Sinnoh. Yeah. So I guess we're going to get a flying type Pokemon, maybe Noctowl. You know, the regional bird, which surprisingly Faulkner doesn't have for whatever reason. Oh, it's a Gligar. I like Gligar. Oh, no, I get it. All of his Pokemon were pink, which was why he had a shiny. What does pink have to do with flying types, though? I don't know. Pink is more of a fairy type thing, or maybe even a psychic type. Neither of which have gym leaders in Johto. This is just getting crazier and crazier. Okay, the gym challenge. Yep, now we have to find the bug type leader because it's Faulkner, the flying type leader, Bugsy, the bug type leader, Whitney, the normal type gym leader, Morty, the ghost type gym leader. There's only one ghost from Johto. Jasmine, well, technically Chuck, the fighting type leader, then Jasmine, the steel type leader, gym leader. Price, the ice type leader, and then Claire, the dragon type gym leader. So yeah, I guess we're technically fighting a pseudo Bugsy now. Spinnerack candy? Why do we need Spinnerack candy? I thought it was for Celebi. You lied to me, game! Okay, Dunsparce, the infamous, next to impossible to find Johto Pokemon. That is completely pointless and useless, so I don't understand why people are trying to find it anyway. It's a reward for completing a mission, so it's not going to run away from us anyway. So, I mean, I can just chuck regular Pokeballs at it. But I'm using an Ultra Ball to hopefully maybe speed things along. Oh, and now I need to collect Stardust! Great! Wow, your Totodile evolved into Croconaw already! And just in time. I have some troubling news. Team Go Rocket is mobilizing, and they're headed straight towards us. I have a feeling they're stirring up more than just a mild bit of mischief. That must be why they're launching an invasion. More distractions. Not to mention they always. Sorry, there's a crack on my screen. They always love to crash our parties. Have they heard about the Celebi sighting? Or maybe they have something even more sinister up their sleeve. I'm going to need your help defeating some Team Go Rocket grunts. Distract the distraction and buy me some time to investigate. Can I count on your help? Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. Earn 3,000 Stardust, purify 3 Shadow Pokemon, defeat 3 Team Go Rocket members. Well, one kind of involves having to go and look for them. Well, I already checkmarked some of the Pokemon here. Let's... Oops. There, see, I have 2 Pupitars. The other one is the one I caught today. This one I specifically kept because, I mean, just look at those IVs, man. There. It is a Tyranitar now. Another piece for the collections challenge. The evolution thing. Is the camera still rolling? I mean, yeah. We already did more than an hour. But it's running very low on battery. So, sadly, I might have to cut this episode short. Well, when I say short, it's over an hour already. But shorter than I would have liked it to be. I mean, I did say I'm going to try to complete as many of the missions on camera as I can right now. But there really isn't much of a point in me keep trying to complete missions on camera if I literally don't have a camera to do it on. And of course I could use the main phone from the camera, the main camera from the phone, but just, it's really going to make the episode very, very fuzzy. So I'd rather not do that. Let's evolve an Onix next. Get as many done on camera as I possibly can. And just to finish off, I'm going to wrap this up by catching a Pokemon that up until now I did not have in the Pokédex. and end this episode on that. And there's even enough time for me to jump into the unknown raid, so I can complete that part of the mission later. Anyways, Corsola, the coral Pokemon, at least I think it's the coral Pokemon, I have no idea, but, I mean, it's basically a coral. I mean, it's even in the name. Now, thankfully, to me, it is a rock and water type Pokemon, which means it's 4 times weak to grass. And unlike what happened earlier with the Heracross, I have plenty of strong grass type Pokemon who are able to take care of this puny Corsola with no problem. Still not quite sure why it's even a 3-star raid when it very clearly should be a 1-star raid, but you know, it being a 3-star raid kind of means more rare candy and more experience. And look at that, there's a shiny pigeon. Are you seeing that? Lots of shinies today. Trying to get as close as possible, but I think it noticed me. It's a pigeon, but it's shiny. You seeing that? Yeah, it's a shiny P-Dove on this Johto community day. Hold on. Stop moving, will you? I'm gonna hurt you. Look, I'm gonna maintain a respectable distance. Yeah. Hope you can see it. Anyways, so we found a real life, and there it flew away. We waited for its close-up, which never came, and once we turned the camera away, it flew away. Anyways, so yeah, we found a shiny Miltank, which I caught. Found a wild Tyranitar, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around. We fought some random gym trainers. Whoop! Someone actually decided. Oh, it's this guy. I gotta find him. Where is he? Like, this guy's like the best in the city. Where is this guy? He's like the master of raids. And he's like pretty famous. And he's not using a remote raid pass, which means he's gotta be here somewhere. So I gotta find him. Maybe he can help me with some legendaries. Anyways, Frenzy Plant the stupid Corsola away. But yeah, maybe I can find him. Maybe I can help him. Maybe he can help me with some legendary battles. Off camera, of course, because, you know, my camera's out of battery, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, with his help, I can catch myself a legendary, and next time you'll see me, it will most likely be at level 43, because I would hopefully would have caught a legendary off camera. I apologize for that, but, well, it is what it is. And there we go, Corsola, the last non-legendary Pokemon from Johto that I'm now going to add to the Pokedex. It's kind of sad that this useless, pointless Pokemon took me this long to add to my Pokedex. Whew, I got a rare XL rare candy. Wow, sweet. Gotta do more raids. Maybe I'll find some more XL candies. And yeah, of course I should probably look for that guy now, but and it's not shiny. Okay, never mind. Well, anyways, I gotta go see a guy about a raid and maybe challenge an unknown in a raid. But yeah, Corsola finally added to my Pokedex. Little too late. But now there's only Raikou, which hopefully I will one day be able to add to my roster. Anyways, this has been me. My camera is almost out of battery, so I gotta act fast. And well, thank you for watching if you have, and hope you enjoy your Johto Community Day. Hope you're having a much better luck than I am. Goodbye for now. Hi there! Thank you for watching the video. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. I'll see you next time.